Everybody gave me 'cause I'm dead and bloated.
I used to work as an obituary writer for a small town paper. I wrote articles about dead people, short, pointless little blurbs to run in the obit section. Now, there were two kinds of obits: free and paid. The paid obit could contain anything you wanted it to. If you wanted to say that you were a horny dog, that your daughter was a whore, you were a sadist, your wife was humping the neighbor, or any of that sort of thing, then you could. If you wanted to put a picture of you dressed in drag, wearing fake boobs and a thong, your mom without her teeth, you naked with a camel, your mom without her teeth, naked with a camel, again, you could, but that's the paid obit. The free obit, no way. There were rules. Things like only direct family members can be listed and none past second generation. If you think this is self-explanatory, it's not. People were always trying to sneak extra family members in. Do you honestly think Grammy wanted to list all her pets as children? No. I'm betting they don't care. But families were always sneaking stuff like that in there and getting angry when you weren't allowed to print it. Cause of death could only be listed if it wasn't too personal or inflammatory. In other words, suicides were out. Unless it was a very public suicide. Then hell yeah, we're printing that. Place of death could only be listed if it were a public place, such as a hospital or hell, on the street or in a store. Hey, it happens. Only certain affiliations could be listed, like the Independent Order of Odd Fellows, or the Order of some sort of Rose, or the Order of those guys that wear the fez and drive the little cars. Those were all okay. The others, Crips, Bloods, Broadway Cowboys, Black Panthers, NAMBLA, NAFTA, those were not okay and nixed completely out of the obit. And the funeral directors were always promising the families all the features of the paid obits, but then would keep whatever obit money they charged these families. So they, in turn, were always trying to get us to print extra stuff. No, I'm sorry. We can't list all 9 cats as survivors. No, we can't even list 1 cat as a survivor. Yes, Miss Frump, I've heard of the Mile High Club, but I don't think it's on the list of allowable organizations. Oh, you want me to check? Are you sure the family wants us to include autoerotic asphyxiation as cause of death? Do you have any pictures where we can see his face? I know he loved animals, but do you have any where he has his clothes on? Well, we don't usually list occupations like professional cat burglar in an obit. How did he die again? So one particular day I was informed that one of my funeral wordies was at the front desk, expecting the old lady that looked like a chihuahua, or the married couple I was later informed were brother and sister. I put on my best I'm putting up with your shit smile and walked up there. But I didn't recognize anybody. I looked at the receptionist and she pointed to the bench. Before I could greet him, he was on his feet. A short, stocky man, contagious smile, a lot of energy. Now, when I say energy, I mean energy. ADHD type of energy. Shook my hand, handed me an envelope, and said, "Pictures for the McKinnon obit." I scanned him in while he talked about riding his motorcycle up from whatever podunk town he'd come from and what he was doing in town, and a slew of other stuff I really don't remember. Once he finished, I walked him to the door where he handed me a $5 bill. He said to buy a beer after work, and shook my hand again. "I'm Hollie. I don't think we've met before. You can call me Tex," he said. As he walked out the door, he sauntered over to his bike, put on his shiny silver helmet, and was off. And that's how I met Tex.